we found out that at the moment in UK we have about 120,000 children, migrant children, without legal status. They may either be migrated to UK or without documents, or overstayed the visa, or they may even be born in UK from parents without legal status, what they call normally illegal migrants.
Presumably these children just have no documents, so to speak. They've perhaps come in with illegal immigrant parents and therefore cannot be registered in their home country, and also the parents are trying to keep under the radar of the British authorities.
For those children who came with parents, most of them, they have a passport in their country of origin, and then their illegal status, as you said, is linked to their position in UK. So you can be a citizen of Russia, a regular citizen of Russia, then once you migrate to the UK without documents, without a visa or a permission to stay, then you become undocumented or illegal. So this is an issue. There is also another group that is extremely important to consider, is those children who were born from parents without migration status in UK. Our study says that over half of these 120,000 children without legal immigration status are actually not migrants, but they are born in UK. And it's this group in particular who is at risk of becoming stateless, because if their parents don't register their birth and don't have a birth certificate, they will never be able to apply for a passport from their country of origin, but they will not even be able to apply for citizenship here in UK. So they are basically in a limbo.
This is a shocking number. I mean, you're talking about potentially tens of thousands of children who have slipped through the net, really.
It's a number that is based on a study of the current estimate on the regular migrant population in UK. And when we say that there are about 65,000 of children who are born from parents without legal documents, of course this number may vary, but it's more or less, I think we are talking of tens of thousands there. Not all of them will become stateless, because some countries, like for example Brazil, will be still enable these children to register pretty easily for a citizenship in Brazil. But the problem is, especially for parents who come from countries where they escaped the persecution or as war refugees, in these cases it would be much more difficult for them then to register their children.
Is the situation in Britain very different to other European countries, and specifically other European Union countries, or is this the problem you're seeing across Europe?
It's a problem across Europe. What I think will be really important is to tackle the situation of those children who, while are without legal immigration status, are also at risk of statelessness. This is an issue that is really important, but is very much under the radar, and it's really important that we pay much more attention to it.
Do you have any evidence that this is a problem that the government is trying to tackle in a significant way?
I think there has been recently a number of campaigns from the government to try to tackle the issues of undocumented migration. I think, though, there is very little instead of consideration for the situation of children and minors. I think that the international obligation towards the protection of children should prevail over the issues of immigration enforcement, and the rights of the children are extremely important, and we should make sure that even if for those children who are born in UK particularly, the primary consideration should be their best interest, according to the UN Convention for the Rights of the Child and to national legislation.
Are there any particular nations which make up the bulk of these undocumented children, in your view?
There are two main groups of country. There are mainly children who came through the asylum process. So there will be basically children from countries that are going through major wars and situation of uprising and instability. Or there are also children who came or were born from parents who came through the visa as an economic migrant. So, for example, or as a student. And one group that very rarely got talked about is those migrants who came from a very wealthy country like the US or Canada, Australia. They also tend to overstay their visa as many other groups, and unfortunately they don't get paid the same attention that groups from other countries.